I have questions, I have questions. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I can't keep them quiet, so let's go and try it. You can too. You can too. Hello, welcome to Discovery Storytime. This is a special online edition where we're going to be celebrating Earth Day with a few demonstrations, stories, and experiments that you can do at home. Let's try it together, shall we? We'll start with a book.
Our book today is Most of the Better Natural Things in the World by Dave Eggers and Angel Chang, used with permission by Chronicle Books. Most of the Better Natural Things in the World. What I like about this is it brings together some of our natural features in our world with some beautiful artwork and simple text. Step, gorge, valley, plain, cloud forest, fjord, atoll. Take a second to look at each one of these landscapes and what they've done to illustrate it. Archipelago, estuary, oasis, lagoon, alpine lake, chaparral, foothills, vista, llanos, tundra, dunes, ridge, gulch, glacier, isthmus, taiga. So each one of these terms refers to a land feature or environment that can be found around the world. How many have you seen and visited? What I love about some nonfiction books like these is the explanations at the end for each of these areas. Example, steppe. It's a wide plain, usually covered with grass or other low growth. Steppes are found in places where there are hot, dry summers and short, rainy winters. You can look at all the terms and pictures together at the end of the book like this. This book is available as an ebook through Overdrive that you can check out and read yourself. Cloud forest is one of my favorites. Are there any places that you've been to or features that you would like to see? Do any of these places look like home? The end.
Alright, so I've got here a piece of recycled paper and a piece of regular printer paper, and we're going to do a simple experiment that involves finding out their rate of decomposition. So come with me and bury them. The important part is to make sure they're both about equally deep And in a couple of days, you're going to want to pull them out and see which one has decomposed more, which one looks like it's fallen apart the most. Do you have a prediction? The regular paper or the recycled paper? Try this again with different weights of paper or different materials around your house. See what you get and let me know. Here's another demonstration that you can easily do from home. I've got a clear bottle and some small rocks that I found just around the yard. If you take a look at these, you'll see that they're pointy, jagged, they have edges, and they're small. I've got a couple of other rocks that are rounded and more smooth. So if we put a couple of rocks into our bottle, and bear with me here because this is the fun and noisy part, what we're going to do is a little bit of erosion. What we're going to simulate is river rocks. As river moves through a riverbed, it picks up rocks and deposits them. Sometimes it grinds them together, they bounce, they roll, they tumble as they go down the river. So you'll find round rocks further down the river from the source of the rocks than you will the jagged rocks. Jagged rocks are more fresh and broken. You can see all of these large flat sides on that. When it's rolling down a river and bumping into other things, those sides are going to break off. They're going to bump into more rocks. When you've got one that's more round, they're going to deflect those. See, there's no fine points on those. All of those have been scraped and bumped away by the other rocks in the river. We're going to emulate that by knocking our rocks together in our bottle. See, we've got those, and you can begin to simulate them going together. So you can already see in the bottom of the bottle, there's little pieces of gravel where the rocks have broken off. All those jagged edges will eventually be dulled and worn down until you get smooth, rounded rocks like we see here. So go ahead and practice that. Hours of fun doing science outside. Today's craft is a volcano fortune teller that I found from some teachers on Twitter. If you take a look at this volcano, you can see the inside is going to show us how a volcano works. We have in the very center there our magma chamber. That's where the liquid hot melted rock is going to gather. And that rock is under so much pressure as a liquid trapped in the mountain, trap that rock, that it builds up pressure, and that builds and builds and builds until it can find or form a vent coming out of the chamber. There is also, and I'll show you this here, might not always come directly out the top. Here we have a side vent where that pressure has bored a hole through the mountain and out the side where that lava can flow down the side of the mountain, hopefully into the water or wherever else you have. This is just a fun design that you can create at home that shows just a little bit of geology science that's fun for Earth Day. Go ahead and check out the template that I've made for you and build your own chattering volcano. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed this special edition of Discovery Storytime and that you learned something and are not afraid to ask your questions. The Hillsborough Public Library thanks you and will be coming to you again. See you soon.